I've been doing a lot of crying lately, which is not really uncharacteristic of me, so I am not surprised. Within this past few years, crying is something I have decided to have a good relationship with. I was really depressed in my late teens and I would never cry because I don't know, I think I just shut off. I shut off my emotions and I didn't. I shut off my emotions and I did not cry. But this year I've really been thawing out and the waterworks have been coming and I have been letting them. And I actually tried to record this audio for 3 days now and it has been unsuccessful because I've been tired and unmotivated and just been in a rut basically. And if you know me, you would know that this is not quite my persona. This is not quite the persona I would like to put online. Being vulnerable actually leaves me feeling like a part of shit. But I have been thinking about how much I take from the internet when it comes to my mental health and how much the internet has helped me with my mental health. And by internet, I don't mean the days I spend chronically online on the internet. I mean some different kind of like content creators who are kind of like impacted me through them talking about their struggles with their mental health struggles, and I could see myself in them because the internet is bad, right? Two sides of the coin, sort of. We have the part of the internet that makes you question all your life decisions, and we have the other side of the coin where it's like, oh my god, you are facing this too, thank you. And that relatability is something that I kind of strive for, and I have been thinking a lot about someone who looks like me, or not really looks like me, who kind of it's kind of like innate, who feels everything I am feeling. And most of the time when you are struggling with when you're going through, when you're in the rut, you're always thinking that, oh my god, I'm kind of alone in this, right? And then I randomly ran into I mean not ran into I found this quote by Frida Kahlo, who is one of my favorite artists ever. I think I said it before. If you watch my videos consistently, then you would know I am obsessed with Frida. And in this quote she said, I used to think I was the strangest person in the world, but then I thought there are so many people in the world. There must be someone just like me who feels bizarre and flawed in the same ways I do. I would imagine her and imagine that she must be out there thinking of me too. Well, I hope that if you are out there and you read this and you know that yes, it's true, I'm here and I'm just strange as you. And I was reading this and it kind of made me feel like I want to share this to kind of connect to this strangeness in another girl who is just like me, feeling lost and stressed. And in my last video before my sketchbook video, I was talking about how I was feeling like I'm not rooted in myself. I was talking about my experience with depersonalization, and that was one of the reasons I decided to do a media detox, because I was out searching for myself. I feel like the quote of my life currently is this Emily Dickinson quote that says, I am out with lanterns searching for myself, because every time that is what I do, or what I tend to do, I find that I kind of lose myself. And so I said I've been doing a lot of crying lately, mostly about the silliest thing. My sister sent me a video of a you know those little shits on TikTok who does this immature edits with they put the video in slow-mo with all these flashing lights and dark overlays and lyrics and everything with this really sentimental song, and they put this really washed out sepia like video of Sabrina Carpenter when she was a child, and she was talking about all the things she would love to achieve in the future, and it's like, oh my god, everything this girl said she wanted to achieve, she actually did achieve that. And did I cry about that? Yes, I did cry about that. And the next time I cried this week, I think it was about this book I was reading, Crying in HMAT by Michelle Zona. And it's such a sad book. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I cried when the mom died because I kind of wasn't expecting her to. I mean, I was expecting her to, because that's the entire plot of the book, and navigating her mom's death. But it's weird when it happens. You're like, no, I expected a miracle. The next time I cried, that was after before my experience with DPR actually. Also, if you have been watching my videos, you would know there is a consistent talk about me opening a shop update. I want to open my art shop where I can sell digital products and all that, and this is something I had wanted to get everything actualized by before December. I think I have not done it. If you are wondering, I still haven't gotten around to opening the shop of it I was talking about, or I have been talking about. And I think I was really ashamed and I felt so low, and I'm like, why though? Well, setting up a business, it's so hard. I don't think, especially when you are trying to set up a business for an international audience, there's kind of like a lot of admin work that goes into it, and they are all so boring. And I was just crying like, what the hell does this mean? I am not going to be able to do the shop update December, because when you're an artist, you're kind of targeting, not even just an artist, when you're a small business owner, you are targeting seasonal goods, because you think, oh, for this season, this is what is going to sell, right? And it made me feel so sad. It made me feel like I wasn't cut out to be a small business owner, quote unquote. I was crying about it to my mom, and she's like, oh, boy, you tried. So, like, obviously it's your mom, she's going to tell you the sweetest thing. And I wasn't thinking. I think after that, I just kind of like logged off and doom scrolled until midnight. I think I just doom scrolled. I can't even remember what I was consuming. I don't know if you've gotten to this point in your doom scroll where everything just blur into faces and voices, and your brain is just faces and you're just hearing voices, but you're not getting in any information. I don't talk about this much, but I struggle with anxiety. And I guess one of my anxious thoughts is that I am and I guess one of my anxious thoughts is that I am going to clone myself, which I feel like I am going to go home, or no, not really go home, go out, come back and meet a clone of myself who are kind of like taking control of my life. And I think this is what made experiencing depersonalization kind of I already had anxious thoughts of I was still in pretty low spirits and I was trying to pretend like it hadn't happened and gone with the day, and I started to feel like I wasn't real. I started to feel like I was a joke in the universe, and I started to feel so unreal. And I was lying on the couch and I was reading Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zona, and I think I was looking at my screen and my screen was reflecting my face back to me, and the words started to blur and all I could see was my eyes and the reflection of the blue light from my screen in my eyes, and it kind of scared me a little. I don't know if you've seen any clips from The Haunting of Blind Manor. It was sort of like that, fucked up series. It was kind of like that. And I was one of my favorite songs actually is or lyric by Cassandra Jenkins was this line that said water cures everything, and that is something that I carry with me to this day. So when I started to feel like that, I'm like, okay, you need to go have your bath or something. And so I went into the shower and I came back and I avoided the mirror and I started freaking out because I did not feel real. I felt like someone else has taken possession of my body. I felt like I did not know who Linda was. Like, who was this person? I don't know her. And I'm telling my sister, like, I don't feel real, and I'm staring at my sister, and she's staring back at me. It felt like she was a new person, even though I've known her. Felt like she was a new person, like I was looking at a new person. It was probably the creepiest thing that has ever happened to me. And I told her that I do not feel real, I do not feel human, and and she said, do you want to journal about it? And I said, no, I don't want to. It's boring. And that kind of inspired me to make art later that night, which is up on my Instagram, which you can follow me on there because the algorithm is shit. Anyways, I decided to Google about it the next day, and turns out DPL is kind of triggered by anxiety and stress, which I am not surprised by because my sleep level has been low. I've been working chronically. I did not practice work life balance efficiently, and I kind of forgot sleep was a real thing for you to have brain health. Oh my god, I had thought this was an alien concept. I didn't know sleep was a real thing. And I was thinking to myself, like, life shouldn't be so hard. And I feel like I have basically DPR is just your or experiencing DPR is just your body telling you you've driven it into overdrive. And I think that was just a way of my body to tell me to stop. And I am not mad that I kind of stressed myself with the thought of not being able to run a business properly and driving myself into that state of unrealness. I find that I have a very bad relationship with failure. I recently found this Japanese philosophy that says need to have you need to be confident in being disliked, or you need to have courage to be disliked, something like that. It's way better than that. I did not phrase it properly. That's what I think I want to learn how to feel. And it made me think of this Lana Del Rey poetry from a book, Violet Bent Backward Over the Grass. And in the poem Sport Cruiser, she was talking about how she took a flying lesson, and well, what started off as an idea on a whim has turned into something more. Too shy to explain to the owners that my first lesson was just a one-time thing. I've continued to go to classes each week at the precious little street off of Santa Monica and Rand Bonding, and everything was going fine. We were starting with dips and loops, and then something terrible happened. During my first lesson in the sky, my instructor, younger than I but as tough as you, instructed me to do a simple maneuver. It's not that I didn't do it, but I was slow flinging the sport cruiser into a right and upward turn, scared that I would lose control of the plane, not start spinning and not jumping. The instructor shook his head and without looking at me, he said, "You don't trust yourself." Well, that's kind of me. I am kind of like Lana on that plane right now, and it's like I can actually do this, but I don't trust myself that I would be able to do this. I don't want to put my feet out to the door and just get it done because I'm scared I'm going to suck at it, which in itself is a funny thing because obviously you're going to suck at it if you are currently holding on to your ideas and you're not releasing them into the world because you feel like you are going to suck at it. Please don't hold them. Your brain is for having ideas, not storing them, or your mind, whoever, I don't know who said that. No one can experience you the way you have experienced you. Oh my gosh, look at me turning into a motivational speaker. I want to be a consistency queen, which is probably not a thing that exists, and I want to prioritize myself before anything else so I can keep on creating things I love for you guys. And if you like this video, I don't want to keep on talking. I can't keep on talking. I do not want to. If you like this video, you can like this video. You can also comment something. I don't know, anything. You can comment whatever you are struggling with right now and I'll be sure to reply you. I want to know if you got anything from this video. That would really make me so happy because I feel like I've been spouting a bunch of nonsense. I feel like I've actually been talking shit this entire time, and I'm sorry there was no video last week. I wasn't really in the right state of mind for every reason stated in this video. And you should also consider subscribing if you also enjoy this content. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the year end, and it's crazy because I think I might actually do it. So do subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And that is so much end, but I'm trying to search my brain for things I want to say, and I do not think there anything more to say. I think that is the YouTuber thing: like, comment, subscribe, and words. Signing out, I guess. Did you drink water? You should remember to drink water, and remember to touch grass when you want to, or because you kind of have to. Okay, now I'm saying some bunch of nonsense. Alright, bye. See you on the other side. It's always awkward ending a video, I don't know.